Alright everyone, I wanted to make a video today to draw attention to a massive item that we are about to get for free. In my opinion, as somebody who enhances, I would say this is the most valuable free item that they give out. It is very valuable. I want to say at least 1 billion or so silver. And another big part of the value of these items is that if you really want to get one of them, and you don't have one, it's going to be really difficult to do so. Like, it is a massive time investment and a massive silver investment to get these when you really want them. So the free ones that they give out, you don't want them to go to waste. You want to make sure to use it on something good. And I wanted to go through a list of different things that you can use these on, as well as, importantly, a list of things you want to avoid using them on because you don't want them to go to waste. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the free 100 fail stack that we're going to end up getting from these attendance rewards. Now, obviously, when I'm recording this video, we've got a couple of days until we get it. Later on, if you guys are watching, we might have already got it, or it might be too late, and you might be like, man, I didn't get it. Well, don't worry, they've given out many of these before in the past, and they are bound to give out many more of them in the future. So when they do, you still want to make sure what to use it on. You want to know what to use it on because you don't want them to go to waste. They don't give them out often enough to have them go to waste. And this is one of those items, very importantly, like if you don't have one and you really want it or you really need it, like say you need 100 stack very badly, but you don't have one, well, unless you enhance basically all day long like I do, and even somebody who does enhance all day long, like it could be very difficult in order to get these. You got to do a lot of enhancing and a lot of failing in order to build up to 100 stacks, because once you get past like 40 to 50, you don't really have a whole lot of options to click on stuff. I mean, once you get past 40 to 50, you can't click on prize, you can't click on duos, you can really only click on tries, because for boss gear, you know, anything below 100 is going to be a little too low to start clicking on pens. And that's going to be the first thing here on the list that I want to talk about on what you can use this 100 stack for. And now that we talked about how difficult it is to get them, you got to click on a lot of tries and you got to fail a lot of tries, and it can cost you billions of silver to get one of these yourself. The first use for these is going to be for your pen attempts. Now, I'll just show you guys the actual odds here so you can actually take a look and see. When you end up getting one of these 100 stacks, if you start something big like pen attempts, of course, you're going to want to add those 10 Valk's Cry to bring it up to a 110 stack. And this is basically like the minimum commonly accepted level that you could start your pen attempts at. I would never start pen attempts earlier than that. If you're clicking raw, because it's just so expensive, like it costs so much silver for every single pen attempt that you want to have your fail stack at least 110. And honestly, if you can even get it a little bit higher, I would. If you have something like Black Star, which is actually, that's going to be the next thing that we talk about here that you could use this fail stack on, then you can actually do a couple of attempts on that before you start moving on to boss gear. But either of these two options is good. So number one is going to be just your regular plain pen attempts for boss gear, which is your yellows. And then next up here, let's go to Black Star. And not for pen Black Star, of course, but this is a very good stack level, basically the perfect fail stack level to do your Tet Black Star attempts on. So if you guys are going for these, this is a fantastic fail stack level. Obviously, Tet Black Star is going to have a bit of a higher chance compared to your pen boss gear. And if you have the option to do both, or you might in the future, I would say you want to try to prioritize, like at about 110 fail stacks, you want to prioritize your Tet Black Star a little bit more at that exact fail stack level before pen boss gear. And if you can get your fail stack a little bit higher before you start your boss gear, then you can move on to that. But either or, these are two very, very good uses for your 110 stack. And now let's talk about the one that a lot of people are going to end up using it on. I wanted to save this one for last because it's really tricky, and I want to tell you guys some important info about this, because a lot of people get the very wrong idea when it comes to using their 100 stack and making profit from it. And that's, of course, when I say the profit word, that's going to go to accessories here, because a lot of people think that accessories are way more money than they actually are. And whenever people get that 100 stack, they think that's it, cashing out. I'm getting all the easy money, and that is not how it works with accessories. There is no easy money. You got to do a lot of accessories, and one 100 stack is not going to mean profit. That could easily mean a massive loss. You have to be very careful. Yes, it means that you are technically gambling, or I guess enhancing, with an edge in your favor, so where even if you get the average luck, you are going to come out ahead and make money. But average luck doesn't mean anything when you've only got one chance. When you're only working with one fail stack and doing one accessory, You know, it's a pure gamble, and unless you're prepared to lose a lot of silver, which could very easily happen, I talked about the other day, it's not that crazy. If you're trying to make a TED accessory that sells for 5 billion silver, it's not that crazy to get unlucky and spend 25 billion silver. That's right, 5 times the cost, 25 billion silver, and not even have that accessory. So, like, if you're not prepared for that, stay away from accessories and save that fail stack for either your boss gear or your black star. However, if you're willing to take the risk, accessories are another choice, because the soft cap for TED accessories is 110 fail stacks, which means that, of course, if you go any further, you get less value for your fail stack, but if you go any lower, then you really are missing out very valuable levels. You basically, for almost all accessories, you need to have 110 stack, except for the cheap ones. And I'm going to keep it limited on accessories in this video, because I have an entire other video on the channel called Making Profit from Accessories, where I get into the extreme detail and the math behind making accessories for profits. And you guys will see if you watch that video why I want to say be careful, because one fail stack is nothing. Like, that's just the pure gamble. You're not going to make a billion silver. You're not going to make easy money. It's not going to happen. Newer players, my suggestion, if you're very new to the game, and none of these things are an option to you, save the fail stack. Save it, guys. And the emphasis to this is the kind of item where if you end up wasting it on something, and a lot of people will waste it on this right here, and I'll tell you, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. I know it might be tempting to get some easy money, but don't do it. A lot of people waste it on just like regular TET gear. And if you use 100 stack or even 100 stack with 10 Valk's Cries, you know, it looks really tempting to get yourself a very easy TET boss gear with a like almost 25% chance. TET boss gear worth, you know, a couple billion silver in potential money that you could make. It's not worth it. You don't want to use 100 stack. That's too high for your TET boss gear. You have to click on so many tries to get from 50 to 100 anyway that you don't really want to go past 100, and you want to save this for either the boss gear, the black star, or the accessory. Now, if you are trying to if you're newer, if you need the money, like, this is the item. This is the item that I use as the example of you're really going to regret it if you waste it now, because later on, when you end up really needing one, if you don't have one, it's going to be pain and suffering. I'll tell you that. Unless you enhance all day long, like, it can be very difficult to build up 100 stack unless you are a professional failer, which some of you guys might be. But unless you are very good at failing, if you go from 50 all the way to 100 from 10 attempts, you know, you're going to have to, you know, basically use up like 7 or 8 50 stacks just in order to end up getting to 100. And even then, it still might not happen. So, like, it is a massive grind. It is a big time commitment, a big silver commitment. This is a valuable item you don't want going to waste. And in my opinion, I'll wrap up where I started off the video with, the point being, as somebody who does do a ton of enhancing from an enhancer, this is, in my opinion, the most valuable item that they end up giving out for free. Not even necessarily in terms of the actual amount of silver, which I would definitely say it's worth in the ballpark of 1 billion or so silver, but also in the sense of time, as this saves players so much time and having to enhance and build up the stack normally. If they didn't give these out for free, it would be a massive struggle. So it is not a bad thing to just hold on to this for later on if you're newer, because you'll never know when it will come in handy. But hopefully this list of ideas and suggestions gave you guys some things to do. And with that all being said, guys, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested in all the fun enhancing that we do tons of it, 10, 20, 30 billion plus silver of enhancing every single day on the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/salt. Link in the description. Feel free to check it out. But that's about it for the video. So if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, subscribe for more, and until next time.